There is certain landscaping that makes a home a home.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about that landscaping. I'm talking about over and beyond that landscaping. One landscaping takes care of your
Basics.
curb appeal. Second landscaping, like my home that I was talking about, the front has zero grass, the side has zero grass, the back has zero grass. It has nothing but plants and plants and plants. I'll tell you, I went to Florida to look for a home, flew specially to Florida last year for a home. That home was an extensive garden. It had fruit trees of all kinds, avocado, mangoes, guava. I mean, you name it, Priya, it was there. It had vegetable gardens, beautiful. 5 acres of property. I loved it.
Because we were talking about why buyers buy a home. You buy a home, yes, for logical reasons, but you buy a home for psychological reasons, right? You want to have your friends walk in and kind of just say, or your family or whatever, and say, great job, this is a nice buy, right? We are looking for that. When you are buying a $1 million home, you want to walk up and you want that curb appeal and you want your house to look very pretty because there is a status symbol after a certain price point. And that status symbol is when people pull up to my home, what are they going to say?
Namaskar and welcome to Real Estate on Track on ITV Gold. And once again, we have with us the brother-sister duo, that is Sanjeev Aneja ji and Alka Aneja, who definitely every time talk about real estate and especially, they make me learn a lot about real estate. So, before we talk about today's topic, let me tell you, you can always reach out to them at 732-494-2211. And yes, this show airs every Friday, 8 p.m. and with a repeat on Sunday at 8 p.m. So once again, welcome.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Priya.
Priya.
Also, I'll add the shows are recorded also. They are available on YouTube on our channel. Normally by Monday, we have the links posted there. So by Monday or Tuesday, if you go to www.ontrackrealty.com, if you miss the show, they are available.
Absolutely.
All the past shows are available too. So if you missed any or if you remember, oh, there was a topic I want to listen to again, you can go to our site and then listen to their, every video has a few words about it. So you will know, highlights is the word I wanted to say. So there are highlights, this way you can see which video may have my topic in there.
And
so,
I have to say that I do, watch them because you have been talking about it and I really do watch them.
Thank
and
you so much.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, and you send us the links every time too, so I appreciate it, yes.
Thank you. So, last week we talked about the important reminders, when someone is buying a home.
That's right.
And especially in the end, we were talking about the gardening, which can add value to your home.
Absolutely.
So what are the other things that can add value to your home?
But I don't think we completed gardening last
Yes,
time.
we had started.
We had started and the
tell.
time ran out. So we were talking about landscaping, gardening. Does that increase the value of the home or does that decrease the value of the home?
It depends.
It depends. And it depends upon what?
It depends on if it's done or not.
No, it depends upon the person who's buying the home. See, I may be the lover of landscaping and plant so many things. Pia comes into the home and doesn't like landscaping, has allergies, doesn't have time to maintain it, whatever. She loves it but doesn't have time to maintain it. All of a sudden, that landscaping is zero value.
I disagree. It depends on price point.
Somebody you spent, we can disagree, but the facts remain facts.
No,
So the home will look beautiful because of landscaping. But am I willing to pay more because of landscaping is the question.
The thing is, when you are buying a $1 million home, you want to walk up and you want that curb appeal and you want your house to look very pretty because there is a status symbol after a certain price point. And that status symbol is when people pull up to my home, what are they going to say, right? You don't buy the home for yourself. You buy the home for what your friends are going to say.
So I think Alka made a very good point. I want to clarify what I meant.
Yes, please.
There is certain landscaping that makes a home a home.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about that landscaping. I'm talking about over and beyond that landscaping. One landscaping takes care of your
basics,
your curb appeal. Second landscaping, like my home that I was talking about, The front has zero grass, the side has zero grass, the back has zero grass. It has nothing but plants and plants and plants. In fact, today in the morning I was doing, and we'll play in the background. Today in the morning I went out and did a little video. I think there are almost 1,000 roses ready at this point, the buds and all.
Wow.
Some roses are there. We have pink roses, we have red roses, we have orange roses, yellow roses. They look so beautiful. I mean, but the smell from those roses, the fragrance from those roses is so beautiful. Those things, some things you can see the picture, but touch and feel make all the difference. My home will not be suitable to everybody, Pia.
I think that's what I was thinking, that it's not going to be suitable for me.
That's what I'm talking about. So you all of a sudden say, I put $50,000 in last 15 years in my home because every year I spend $1,000 on flowers and put more and then put more. And now this year I put pomegranate, anar, pear, and last year I put banana trees, and then I put grapes. So will the birds eat it all? And maybe yes, squirrels will eat most of it. But what they are growing makes it beautiful. Some people will not have time for it, which means for them, this will be of zero
this will
value
become a
to them.
headache.
So what Alka was talking about is 100% correct. A home, a huge $1 million home without landscaping looks horrible.
Yeah.
It looks blah.
And you want to have extensive, depending on your price range, you want to have extensive landscaping. Because we were talking about why buyers buy a home. You buy a home, yes, for logical reasons, but you buy a home for psychological reasons, right? You want to have your friends walk in and kind of just say, or your family or whatever, and say, great job, this is a nice buy, right? We are looking for that. So if you're buying a home that's 1.1 and it just has basic landscaping, they're pulling up and they're like, isn't it $1.1 million diya iska?
It's like first impression.
Right?
Yes.
It's how you, so the more lavish it is, and at certain price point, the allergy example, right, is not, the person is not going to maintain that landscaping because the landscaper is maintaining it. So,
So let's get past it. One is landscaping and the other is overdoing of landscaping. One will have value.
Yes.
The other will be of no value to the other person. It's, to me, it's a
Yeah.
treasure that I will pay anything for.
Yeah, but if you were to sell your home, would you sell it that way,
So,
or would you?
I will sell it exactly that way to somebody who wants it exactly that way, unfortunately or fortunately, because there are people who will like it. I'll tell you, I went to Florida to look for a home, flew specially to Florida last year for a home. That home was an extensive garden. It had fruit trees of all kinds, avocado, mangoes, guava, I mean, you name it, Priya, it was there. It had vegetable gardens, beautiful. 5 acres of property. I loved it. Only challenge was everybody at home tells me, how will you maintain it?
Yeah.
And you
It
know,
is hard to maintain.
and you know, I
it. It
couldn't
is.
buy it because I'm so far away. How do I maintain? Now, if I was going to go and live in Florida, that was my dream home. It had everything that I wanted in it with those plants. But it wasn't for me because I couldn't do it from that far. Even when I'm a lover. So what we're talking about is landscaping, gardening an asset or a liability? And like Alka said, it depends. Whether it's a $500,000 home or $5 million home, it has to make curb appeal look good. That's different landscaping. I'm talking about landscaping that is way overgrown, way overdone, way too much. Yes, I know of people personally in landscaping gardening groups who will love this home so much. But I know of so many people who would hate this home so much because it's just, they want grass and there is no grass there at all.
But there are
You
some
know.
people like you get gratification out of going out and watering up, right? I like it to look pretty, but I don't want to do the work, right? I want it to look
Exactly.
pretty.
So,
Exactly.
So that's the person.
In similar categories, pool comes in.
Yes.
You can have a beautiful pool and you love swimming and it is beautiful. I come in, I have a 3-year-old, I want 4-year-old, I want the garden.
But do you think that adds value?
So
to a
no,
house
so
or
it
pool?
depends.
It depends.
So for person who put the pool, that $50,000 expense was an investment for them.
100
It's
now.
more than 50.
It's 100, it's
Depends.
120 now.
See, if you're a $2 million home, then it may be a $200,000.
Yeah, the
we,
prices are-
we are just talking about a number. If we keep
Yeah.
on talking about numbers, they will change
They will
based on
change
whatever.
based on, yeah.
So there are these infinite pools that you don't even need a big pool, and it
Yes.
just becomes you keep swimming in it. So sky is the limit in everything. No, there is no limit at the end. The thing is it worth it for the next buyer who wants the backyard and doesn't want a pool?
Yeah, so COVID made pools a little bit more desirable than they were pre-COVID. So COVID actually got people back into their yards. They were spending.
But
so
don't
we
you
saw-
think here, like in New Jersey, we just have like 3 months of summer, basically.
Right. Yeah,
So
and,
it's
and
just
there
a
are people who
3-month
come
use.
in and
Exactly.
buy
For some people, again, the answer is depends.
It depends. For some people, it
what
varies.
we are talking about is some things are a value no matter what.
Yes.
Some things are a liability for some people and value for some others.
Yes.
Now, let's say you have a beautiful kitchen. Chances are 99% people will love that
Yes,
kitchen.
yes.
You have a beautiful grand master bedroom with full bathroom and jacuzzi and all. Most people will love it even if they don't use the jacuzzi. You know, Pia, most homes that have jacuzzis are hardly used jacuzzis.
Yes, statistics are 1 out of every 5 years you will use a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And you're right. I can, tell you that we have a jacuzzi too, but I think maybe in a year once we use
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Nobody has time.
So we want things, we feel they are important, but they are not. But they are a wow factor.
They're a wow factor.
And they are required as you get into a bigger home. They are better version of it are required. So those things add value.
So how about like a furnished, and everything done in the basement? Is that
Finished basement?
Yes.
Yeah. Finished
even
basement.
furnished too?
Even furnished,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Fi-
Even home
so-
theater, all that, yes.
Yeah.
So-
it depends on which. It really does depend. Also, a person in a $400,000 home may not give it as much value, but in a $2 million home, it's a necessity.
Yeah, so I think, Alka, what happens in $400,000 home, you cannot have a large basement with a theater.
Yeah, we
so,
cannot be-
so some things are not even available in that
Yes.
price range. So when you go to a multi-million-dollar home, it becomes an asset. In smaller home, if you have this much basement and you put a theater, you will have to look like this to even watch that
Yeah.
thing. So it's a liability maybe. You think I put it in. So bigger bathrooms, bigger kitchen, nicer bathrooms, proper
How about
flow
like
of
a
home.
patio? Is
Patio is always excellent. Patio is a great addition to your home.
Okay.
Patio is something that you enjoy. Now, if you have a covered patio, it becomes even better. An enclosed patio becomes even better because it becomes 4-season patio.
Yes.
So, yeah, all these things are valuable.
Yes.
Pool
Is
depends.
Yes, pool really depends.
Overdone gardening depends. You went.
overdone gardening?
Yeah.
I'll say.
But again, it depends upon what kind of gardening that is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it depends on the gardeners, right? To a gardener, it's amazing. To a normal person, so whatever you do, find your balance and know that when people walk in, there is going to be something that strikes with some. There'll be a chord that strikes.
And let's say you spend a lot of money on landscaping, and then you don't care for the landscaping.
Yes,
You don't take
that's
care of
the
it.
worst thing you can
So
do.
that is money badly spent because
That's
now you
wasted,
put money in it and you didn't do anything with it. Let's go to paved driveways. In a multi-million-dollar home, it's okay, but in a $600,000-$700,000 home, that may be an expense that may not make sense for a buyer if he has to pay for it. Now, if I get a paved driveway in a home compared to two $600,000 homes, I'll take the paved
Yes.
one. But will I pay a penny more? And the answer is probably not. I don't want to pay.
And then that's a good point. So when you do your upgrades, you have to know, okay, who am I doing this for? Am I doing this for my enjoyment? Am I doing this for resale? If you're doing it for your enjoyment, then don't expect the buyer to pay for it, right? You did it. If it's you spent $30,000 on your brick paver and you didn't get $10,000, you know what? You paid for it. You enjoyed it. But if you get that money back, that is gravy on top, right?
Yeah.
So you just have to walk in.
Don't think the buyer will come and pay
Yes.
you for what
Yeah.
you did for yourself. I think we talked about this many segments ago. One of my first listings, not the first one, They put carpeting in the home, the best plush carpeting in the home, Pia. And they wanted to sell the home. And they said, we just put $6,000 carpeting. At that point, that was an expensive number. You know what color the carpeting was? Dark blue.
Okay.
I told them, listen, you put the best carpeting, but not everybody likes this color. That's not the color.
Exactly.
You know the first thing the buyer did when they bought the home?
Is ripped it up.
Ripped it up.
Yeah.
For the seller, it had the value. For the buyer,
Right.
it was a liability, in fact, a cost. So they have to remove the carpet, put the new
100%,
carpet
yeah.
in there.
So manage your expectations when you're doing certain things.
Yeah,
right?
so when you're doing the home, the bottom line to end this topic is, if you're doing it for yourself, do whatever you
Whatever
want to
you
do.
want,
You're
yes.
enjoying it.
So basically, do it for yourself.
Yes.
Don't think about that you're going to get
Right.
as an investment that
Right.
you're going to, it's going to add value to your home.
Right.
And if it's done tastefully and classily, it is absolutely will add value. We just listed a home on 2 Roberta, right, in Edison. And the house is, I mean, these people know how to live. Brick pavered patio, and they have overdone for their neighborhood. Beautiful kitchen, beautiful backyard, beautiful bathroom, beautiful chandeliers. Now, they don't expect any money back, but there's so many people that will give it back to them. The people didn't want to leave the house. People are like, we don't want to leave. We're like, you didn't pay for it. You have to leave.
Yeah, and again, the perfect example of having a beautiful home, very well kept and priced right.
Price right.
In 5 days, offers are coming in, multiple offers, way over full price. That's the way it is. You present the best property at the right price, and people will. You cannot even undersell your home in today's market.
Exactly.
People will pay for it.
Yes.
So
I think you have to maintain what you have and
to
just
maintain.
make it look
Right.
nicer.
And
Yes.
sometimes, you know what, I remember one of homes that we sold, they had a finished basement. In the basement, there was this barber chair where wife used to do the cutting for, and the guy was, oh, we have a barber thing and somebody can come and use the haircut. I'm saying, no, somebody doesn't want
A barber's chair.
Do you expect a barber to be coming to your
Yeah,
home
yes.
and running a business from there? Fine, it was an asset for you. Fine, you put the lights in there for it. You finish the basement and put a room. Somebody, for them, it's an expense.
Yes.
They have to redo the basement. So what works for you, perfect. But
Absolutely.
don't expect somebody
It
to...
might not work for
It
others,
might not.
yeah.
Now, somebody out of 1,000, one person may come and says, I want the barber seat. This is so perfect for me.
Yeah, but we're looking for mass. If you get mass people to like it, that's when you'll get your values driven up, right? When you pulled, and everybody, हम लोग सब इतने दिमाग वाले हैं, right? If you go into a home, when you look around 4 homes, you look at one house, you're like, wow, this house stands out. Make your home that home, right? And you walk in and you do that for your house. If you're going to put it on the market, and I always tell everybody, I don't care how you live. We all cook, we all do our things, our kitchens are always messy. That's fine. But when you present your home on the market, you have to make sure it's presented to the right. You can't leave stuff out there. Kitchens can't be dirty. It can be a beautiful kitchen, to Bhaya's point, and not clean. It's not going to show well. You're not going to get money for it. So you live the way you want to present. You're an actor when you're selling your home. You have to a role to play as a seller. Make sure you play that role
And
well.
I think, with our cooking also, the whole house kind of smells.
Yes, of course.
So, which is fine if we are there, but
Right. When you're selling your home, open
But
up your
open-
windows and decide
yes.
not to cook that day, maybe. So just know that, you know what? That is not, it may turn somebody off, right? So
exactly. And the best part is we can smell in
We're
the
so
house.
used to it.
Because we are used to it, and when some third person comes, they can be like, oh,
Yeah, and you know what? I may walk into your home, Pia, and you had made something that I love, the smell of the food. I may love that smell. But Alka walks in and she says, this smell, I cannot stand it.
Yeah.
There are people, let's say you are non-vegetarian and I'm a strictly
I'm
vegetarian.
vegan.
Yeah, you're vegan, but let's say. That's why I said the words, let's say.
Okay.
So, you cook the best non-veg food. To me, I will choke
Yeah, you'll
inside that home and
stifle,
walk
yeah.
again. So you have to remember your audience is the buyers at that point.
Absolutely.
And you have to prepare the home for those buyers. You don't know what you're cooking. You may be the best chef in the world, but this other person doesn't want that food.
And now, no matter how beautiful the kitchen is, how beautiful the bathrooms upstairs are, he's not able to go upstairs because he can't handle it. So he's going to say, okay, let's hurry it up and let's get out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Even closets, make
Even
sure
closets.
just clean them.
Yes.
Keep them nicely, done and
Yes.
everything else.
Yes.
Because
True story, I had a client, went to a client's house, I opened up their door, we were doing a broker's open house, and I needed their salt. And I pulled out the salt. She called me afterwards. She said, were you looking for salt? And I said, yeah, are there like cameras? This is way long ago before cameras. She said, yeah, my stuff was moved in my...
So there are people.
Drawers.
There are people who
There are
can
people
tell.
who know those things.
Right.
because
And-
they
They're
organize
meticulous.
it exactly.
Her saris were color coded.
I mean, I remember
And,
long
and,
back
and if a thief comes in some of the homes, they would still not know that if the thief came or we left the home
Yes,
like that.
exactly.
And I remember long back, it's like 15, 20 years back, we were looking for a home and we went to some house. As soon as I opened the closet, the whole pile falls
Yes.
on me only.
And see that, and you remember that.
I remember
And
that.
that's the house. That's how you'll remember that house.
Yes.
And that should not be your memory of that home, right?
Yes.
Your memory should be the beautiful one, not the one where everything fell on me. So, yeah, but these are small tips. Just know that buying a home is emotional. So now put yourself in the buyer's shoes and know how to make that buying process emotional.
So I think we've talked about this for a long time now. I hope you got the gist of it.
Yes.
If you're the seller, not everything we put in the home is valuable to the buyer.
Yes.
If you're the buyer, you're going to go in and take a look at the home and saying, what is it worth to you? What was given to you? Or can you change it in such a way? Let's say the home is painted green and you like color beige. That's not too difficult to do.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can paint beige
Right.
and do it. But let's say the home structurally is so bad. There's certain things are missing. You cannot do it until you do extensive work. Then maybe it's not your home at that point. So we are here for you when you are buying a home. We are here for you. We are your eyes and ears. We want to make sure, and we say that again and again and again and again. If it's not right for you, it's not right for us. We would rather not make a sale instead of guiding you wrong. We would not rather sell your list your home if you feel we are not of value to you or its suggestions are not of value to you. We are here to get you the best possible price, to
Absolutely.
represent you properly. We become a team. I think this becomes an important topic before we end this. When you hire a realtor, no matter where you are, your realtor now is your team member. If you don't work together as a team member, you lose for no reason at all. Let that expert guide you, or don't hire that expert if you don't trust them. But if you trust them, let them guide you because they do this for a living. Let them guide you to get you the best possible price with the terms that you're looking for. A good realtor is just that. Become a good student of that professional. I don't care which professional in life.
Absolutely.
If we are going there, then let the professional guide you, and that will take care of it.
Absolutely. 100%.
And I think I have become a good student. I listen to
I
you
think
and
you are.
I really
You
get a
will
lot
come
out of
on
it.
our team.
We think you are a great student and you lead the questions well also. So you're a great host too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And if you have any particular questions about your home or about your journey, whether it's buying or selling, email us at Alka On Track Realty, sanjeevanontrackrealty.com or p@itvgold.com. I'm also a good student.
Good.
I think I really enjoyed today's discussion brother and sister were having together about what adds value and what doesn't add value, and definitely.
And I hope our listeners enjoyed it
Absolutely.
too. This is a public service kind of thing. We are in business of real estate, but we want to make sure no matter where you are a little better educated than,
Absolutely.
or know a little better than
Little bit more,
what you
yeah.
knew yesterday. That's
An
all.
educated consumer is the best customer.
Absolutely, and
Yes.
just thank you so much, and we will be back next week.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.